I have a close friend who grew up near the ocean, and it proved to be a big part of his life growing up in Florida. He was either on the water, in the water, under the water, or near the water. He learned early on about the importance of the tide. The tide rises and falls because of the moon's gravitational pull of the water as the earth spins and the moon revolves around it. A rising tide creates different dynamics than a falling tide. High tide and low tide can bring stark contrasts. There were times when everything was right but the tide. It was high when he wanted it to be low, or low when he wanted it to be high. There were times when the stars aligned, literally, and the tide was just right to create the ideal setup. What was always certain, no matter where the tide was at the time, was that it would change. It wasn't fixed. It was always moving in a cycle of ebb and flow. What went out came back in. What came in went back out. Sometimes it reached higher, breaking the old watermark. Sometimes it receded lower, exposing rare seen elements. There is, of course, a tide in your life. Not quite as trackable, definitely not as predictable, but no less cyclical. It rises and falls and rises again. At high tide, things are covered, protected even, that are only revealed at low tide. When the tide goes out, it always takes things away. When it comes in again, it will always bring new things. The tide of your life ebbs and flows like the ocean. There are times when you can turn the tide primarily through your own actions, and times when it will move by the invisible forces of the universe. One thing is certain, tides change, high or low, rising or falling. It will soon change as it always does. So today, as you go forth, understand that you must ride with the tide and it will inevitably turn your way. As Vincent van Gogh once said, the heart of a man is very much like the sea. It has its storms, it has its tides, and in its depths it has pearls too. Never give up, because you simply don't know what the tide will bring in the next day.